In the heart of Istanbul, beneath the domes of grand mosques and the maze of narrow streets, 1,000 stories were traded, along with silk, spices, and gold. Here, fortune-tellers whispered destiny, musicians lured crowds with the sound of the oud, and storytellers blurred the line between myth and truth. This was life in the Ottoman Empire of the 1700s, a world where markets were kingdoms, music was memory, and myth was reality. To understand an Ottoman city, you begin in its bazaar. The Grand Bazaar of Istanbul, founded centuries earlier, had grown into a living organism. 60 streets, over 4,000 shops, and a pulse that never stopped. Merchants from Persia, Arabia, Africa, and Europe all converged here. Spices perfumed the air, cinnamon from Ceylon, pepper from India, and coffee beans from Yemen. Fabrics shimmered in the lantern-light silk from Bursa, velvet from Venice, and gold-threaded robes fit for a sultan. But this was more than trade. It was the empire in miniature. Armenians, Greeks, Jews, Turks, and Arabs haggling side by side, each speaking in their own tongue, yet bound by the same rhythm of commerce. If the bazaar was the empire's pulse, music was its soul. In the 1700s, Ottoman cities echoed with melodies of court orchestras and street musicians alike. The Mevlevi dervishes spun in rhythmic devotion, their flutes, the ney, singing of divine love. In coffeehouses, the poor and the wealthy gathered to listen to ashiks, wandering troubadours who recited love ballads and epics of forgotten heroes. Music wasn't just entertainment, it was spiritual language. Even the sultans were patrons and composers. Sultan Selim III himself wrote music that blended Persian, Arabic, and Turkish influences, a reflection of his vast empire. When the sun set and lanterns glowed in the streets, another world came alive. One built not on trade, but on tales. In the 1700s, storytellers known as meddahs captivated crowds in coffeehouses. They brought to life heroes from Persian epics, tricksters like Nasreddin Hoxha, and fables that blurred the lines between the human and divine. Each story was more than entertainment. It carried wisdom, satire, and faith. In an empire that stretched from the Balkans to Arabia, myths unified people when language and faith sometimes divided them. These tales taught moral lessons, mocked corrupt officials, and preserved the oral memory of centuries past. Beneath the grandeur, Ottoman city life was a balance between tradition and change. Caravans arrived daily, bringing goods and gossip from distant lands. Mosques marked the rhythm of the day with the call to prayer. Bathhouses, hammams, offered both cleanliness and community, where news spread faster than any courier. Women, though confined by custom, played vital roles in trade, crafts, and philanthropy. Guilds organized artisans, maintaining the high standards that made Ottoman textiles, ceramics, and metalwork sought across continents. Life was not easy. Disease, fires, and poverty haunted the crowded districts, but there was always resilience. Because in the Ottoman city, every hardship was met with the music of survival and the myth of hope. By the 18th century, the Ottoman Empire was aging, its borders shrinking, its politics shifting. Yet in its cities, the essence of a civilization endured. Markets still hummed with life, music still echoed through marble halls, and myths, the immortal pulse of the people, continued to be told by the light of a single oil lamp. The Ottoman city was not just a place, it was a symphony of trade, devotion, and dreams.